Gotta get the bag, gotta get the bag. Ain't no need to lag, ain't no need to lag. Yeah, gotta chase the bag, gotta chase the bag. Ain't no need to lag.
What's up, guys? Just trying to tweet this real quick. Live on Twitter, live on YouTube as well. What's up, Marcus? People that are watching on Twitter for the first time, come on over to YouTube. Do me a favor, subscribe to YouTube at Lunchtime in the Lab. I'm trying to do a giveaway when I get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm like 20 some odd subscribers away. So if you're watching on Twitter and you have yet to subscribe on YouTube and you want to be part of the giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers, so of course when we hit that, I want to make sure I get it. I've got that fuzz in the top corner again. I don't know why. Because I've got the better camera go, and then it's like it's gone. Now it's back. Maybe it's because I'm wearing a white shirt. It's something to do with the lighting, I think. I don't know. We move on. What was I doing? I was going to see how many subscribers I had real quick so I could tell you how close I am. 977. So I'm 23 away from being able to do a giveaway. So if you watch on Twitter, come on over to YouTube at Lunchtime in the Lab, please. Also, spent like, I don't know how long, but I've been trying to do like, I've been watching Star Wars from like the timeline. So like, you know, number 1, 2, and 3, and then it's like Obi-Wan, the show, whatever. I watched like 2 episodes of Obi-Wan 3, and I was putting together the merch store for my show. I think I got some pretty cool little designs or whatever. I got what's this? I have like a football design, a baseball design, like it says like Lunchtime, like across the chest. It has that traditional logo, you know, right there, just on the chest, which is like the cheapest version of a shirt, like hoodie versions. Like I said, not trying to get rich, just trying to, it's a way to support, you know, say thanks, you know, and everything. And then also to, you know, wear to the gym, be like, what's that shirt? Be like, yeah, it's this podcast I listen to every day at 11:30. And that's how we grow the podcast, by getting people to, you know, buy the merchandise kind of thing, you know. So next week probably we'll release the merchandise store, and I think at the bottom of the videos here, I can like integrate it into YouTube, and then like you can actually see the store at the bottom of YouTube. I think I honestly could release it today, but I wanted to. I ordered like a mock shirt, and I wanted to just see how it ran, because I'm doing like all my shirts are the same, like just plain old 100% cotton shirts. So I got an extra large, wanted to see how it ran. If it was like small, I wanted to try to put in like a note that says like run small or something like that. So I wanted to get a version of my shirt to make sure that I think it's good. If not, I'll change it to like the more expensive version of the shirts. So before I released it, I wanted to make sure like the quality was going to be good. And I think I get it next week. What's up, Michael? What's up? Your name's not Nana, but what's up, Nana? What's up, Tom? What's up, Marcus? Okay, so quickly here from yesterday, guys, I'll tell you, today's slate is not awesome. So that's why I mentioned on Twitter that, you know, if you guys were around to, you know, bring some plays that you might like. I've got some ideas that I was going to kind of just like talk about or whatever. Well, there you go. Anyway, yesterday, let's see. Yesterday we had Scooble outs, was David Peterson not to win. Plus 117 on DraftKings. What the fuck? Pretty decent. That's so random. Pretty decent. I got a DM that like completely like threw me off guard. Pretty easy win. Scooble started out pretty rough in the beginning. But then he locked in. He was having some 4 or 5 pitch, you know, outings, whatever. David Peterson never really, kind of had a chance. Like they actually ended up tying. The Mets tied the game back up, and then Peterson didn't come back in, so we were good there. Cubs money line. Cubs are broken right now. We'll go back to the Cubs here in a second, and then Bailey over under 17.5. I thought he was going to come out into the 6th and it was going to get sweaty, but they did pull him. I mean, it was home run derby. Royals were hitting the hell out of the ball yesterday. I feel like maybe we should go back to them maybe as well. Yeah, but then Michael, like they're pitching a bullpen game. And it's like I'm not a bullpen game kind of guy. But anyhow, let's let me pull this away so you guys can see better. Take this off. Pull this up. And then I think I can do this. I don't know how well you guys can see this. Like, so I apologize. Like I said, like, I went for a run this morning and I wanted to get it out of the way in the morning. So when I was done with the show, I could just literally just like relax. Like, I feel like I've just been doing something nonstop and I just felt like I wanted like a sit around, Michael, why is that? Because I'm kind of like in the pitcher against him. So, I mean, we'll talk about that, I guess, here real quick. So, Colin Ray going against the Cubs. DraftKings is minus 120, over 15 and a half outs. He was at 16 and a half, so you can see it dropped. It was actually like it was plus 100 at 16 and a half. It's over 15 and a half. Honestly, if you know baseball, that does not matter. Because regardless, he's got to go get into the 6th inning and get it out or get 2 outs. So if he gets into the 6th inning, the expectation is that he's going to make it the whole way. If you were to look at his stats, let's see, go to outs. So if you look at outs, like on the year, like it's 5 out of 9. So he's at a 56% hit rate. So nothing crazy. But at home, he's over this in 4 straight games. We've backed him once already at home. He's gone 6 straight. He's gone 6 outs, 18 outs, or 6 innings, 18 outs, and 4 straight every home game that he's had this year. He's throwing 103 pitches, 99, 86, 81. So he's been throwing some good pitches. Some of those more recent like misses that he had, they were doing some like weird stuff. Like he only threw 65 against Kansas City, but I think they pitched like an opener or something in that game. So like he only pitched from 2 to 7, and then they brought the bullpen in after that. Yeah, we'll talk about Jack here in a second too. But let's see, head to head. I mean, so last year he only went 5 innings against the Cubs. But the Cubs bats, I feel like they're not, haven't been certainly fantastic. If we go up to like MLB here, let's look at that real quick. Go to hitting. Let's go to like the last 7 days and we can search by the batting average here. So the Cardinals actually have the best batting average in the last 7 days. Cubs are down here at 14th batting average in the last 7 days. So obviously that's whatever, but like they haven't been hitting the ball, real well. If we look at like runs scored, the Cubs are 15th. So the Cubs are middle of the pack here in the last few days. Last 7 days. Let's see. Colin Ray is a righty, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, he's a righty. So if we back up, for some reason you can't search like the last 7 days, but if we go against a righty on the year, search by batting average, the Cubs actually have the 4th lowest batting average against a righty this year. Like they've been struggling as I talked about. You can't do runs because that's there's a lot of like extrinsic factors that go into that obviously, but the Cubs have the 4th lowest batting average against a righty. On base percentage, going to be higher because they do walk pretty well. 14th still though. I meant to look at let's see, 7 days. What's the on base percentage for them? So Cubs in the last 7 days are middle of the pack. Nothing fantastic. They're not the worst, but they're not the best. Against a right-handed pitcher, they have the 4th lowest batting average. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if we go to Swish here and go, this is where I look at my batter versus pitcher. I mean, I don't know where you guys look at it at. You can scroll down to Colin Ray. Yeah. This is so if you count up these at-bats right here, there's 16 of them, and they have 2 hits. 2 for 16. I don't know what that math is, but that's not a very good, batting average. Let's see. The guys are in. Morales faced him once. Has got a hit off of Nico faced him twice. Nothing. Swanson, nothing. Happ, nothing. Cody Bellinger's 0-4 against Mike Talkman is 0-2. Amaya and Bush and PCA, none of which have faced them. I think it's a good look, to be completely honest. And like it falling down to 15.5. I mean, you could even see it's at 16.5 on Outlier here. What's it at on FanDuel here? Pitcher props. Can't hit the right button. They don't have it. Oh yeah, they do. So they still have him at 16.5 at 102, but DraftKings has got him at 15.5 at -120. So I say we lock in. This is the one bet that I felt like today's slate is just weird. Like I said, it's too early for me to look at NBA. I don't look at NBA until like literally like 7 o'clock or something like that. After I kind of see how things have gone. So I think Colin Ray over 15.5 at this 120, 1.2 units, wins yourself a unit there. I think Colin Ray is our first play. And I had started to write that down a little bit. So over 15.5, honestly, if you're feeling good, this over 16.5, I mean, regardless, he's got to get into the 6th inning. So is he going to get 1 out in the 6th or 2 outs into the 6th? If you like the plus money, I feel like that's pretty close to it. Although, I mean, I'm always going to be safety first. And that 15.5 at -120 feels pretty good. And then obviously that game starts in, an hour and 27 minutes. Okay. Second play, and this is what really kind of threw me off today. The Royals, Brady Singer was scratched today. So they're throwing Daniel Lynch, who I think is a bullpen. I think they're going bullpen, or he's an opener type guy. Or he's like a middle relief type guy. Not overly familiar with the dude's game. I meant to screenshot something here real quick. Okay, let me pull them up. Sorry. I had to send something to the group chat. See, they still show Brady Singer on here. So I can't even. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I mean, he pitched 2 innings against the Angels on May 9th, and he pitched 5 against the Texans on May 5th. I don't know his story, to be honest. I talked about the early up promo. I don't know if anybody had a lean for the early up promo or not today, so we got to look at DraftKings for that. I was gonna say the Royals, but I certainly don't trust the pitching anymore. That's why I kind of think we go with like the first 5 team total possibly here. Looking at these games though, like I'm not interested in the Rays and Athletics. I don't bet on those teams. The Astros, but Logan Gilbert should be the better pitcher. Diamondbacks seems like they could be a good option, -120. I got Zach Gallen on here because, the Mets, Pete Alonso went out with an injury. We don't know if he's going to be coming in. Francisco Lindor went out with an injury. So, I mean, they might be missing 2 pretty big bats. I mean, Tigers early up might not be a bad one. Nick Pivetta, I think, has struggled for the early up. So, I mean, I'll have to look into it. Nationals, Trevor Williams under his 15.5. Dude just goes notoriously under. I'm sure it's juice to hell. Yeah, under 15.5 -180. The guy just literally doesn't pitch longer than 5 innings. It's like they don't want him to. I have mixed feelings against this Yankees team. The other day when Nestor Cortez pitched, I went under his outs. I don't remember if we had that on the parlay or not. I had it in the Discord. The Angels are hitting lefties really well, so like the Angels might not be a bad, like if you just want to put a half a unit on it or something, because it's plus 142. Jay, I clicked on Diamondbacks and Tigers, like when we were looking up that information on who is hitting, better in the last 7 days or whatever, the Diamondbacks were last. Diamondbacks have been cold. So, I mean, it's not to say that they don't wake up, but it is certainly a little scary to I don't know. Like I'm not normally afraid to follow a team like that, but sometimes it's like, well, why don't you show me something? So I guess that was against a right-handed pitcher. So they've got the sixth worst batting average altogether so far right now. Who's pitching against them? Christian Scott. He's not a lefty by chance, is he? Yeah. TJ, I had him for under outs the other day, and he actually came out in the sixth inning and gave up a double, and they yanked him. They're like, "Get out of here, man." Yeah, Christian Scott's a righty. The Diamondbacks, I don't think, are hitting righties very well. So last 7 days, 6. Where are the Tigers at on here? I mean, the Tigers got to have the third best batting average in the last 6 days. Looking at runs, they're scoring they're 46, 14th most. I mean, where's the Diamondbacks? Third least. Diamondbacks are just cold right now, Who's that? Who just traveled? Oh, yeah. I never think about that, TJ. I really don't. I know I should. I only think about it when I'm like trying to fade a team, not when I'm backing a team, So if I had to pick something, it would probably be Tigers. But Pavetta, let me look at Pavetta's stats here real quick. Yeah. Red Sox. Man, there's just like no games on today. I mean, Pavetta just got blown up against the Brewers. He's got killed by Atlanta, and then he pitched well against the Mariners and Oakland and Tampa Bay and St. Louis, all of which are not very good hitting teams, as we know. At home, he's got a 7 ERA. Man, Tigers early up, just to call it an official play right now, might not be bad, to be completely honest. Let's keep that in our back pocket. I'm going to click the button on here. So we're going to go Colin Ray minus 120. We may run Tigers plus 102. Royals, look, I'm thinking the Royals are hitting the ball so well. I'm just not a big fan of playing like full game team totals. We're looking at over 3.5 minus 120. That seems low, doesn't it? Doesn't that seem low? So they're over in 8 out of their last 10 games, over 3.5 runs. Let's see, they're away, last 10 away games. So over in 7 to 10 last away games. What about Chris Paddock versus the Royals? He's faced them just one time, went 5 innings pitched, gave up 2 runs. So I don't know. Like I had kind of thought, first 5 team total on this, just thinking that Paddock has been getting, and pull my app back up here that I use. Who are we talking about? Twins. Paddock splits. I mean, he's got a 2.73 home ERA though, but I think this is a guy that I was looking at. He gave up 2 to the Rangers at home. He gave up 5 to the Yankees, but then he one run to the Mariners, who we know the Mariners offense isn't good. No runs to the Red Sox. We know the Red Sox offense isn't good. No runs to the White Sox. We know the White Sox offense isn't good. So, I mean, like he hasn't faced, he faced the Rangers and the Yankees, and he gave up 7 runs between the 2 of those. And then he pitches well against bad teams. Okay. How's the Twins bullpen? Pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like the 13th best. So pretty so-so. I almost feel like we could do like Royals team total over 3.5. Just feels low. Especially since their first 5 is the Nats. Like who's that? What are they running a bullpen game? It looks like the Nationals have the second best batting average in the last 7 days. Top 10 on base percentage. Yeah, I mean they've been hitting the ball pretty well. I didn't think about looking at that. Let's see. Royals versus Twins. So we need 4 runs. Come on. Where are we at? So 1, 2, 3. What'd you say? 3 the last 4. 1. 2. Yeah. 3 the last 4. Yeah. And that's all. And it really, if you look at, they've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've played 6 times this year. They're over in 4 of 6, it looks like. No, 3 of 6. So half the time. The Royals were the best hitting team away, but I mean, the way the Royals were hitting the ball yesterday, we'll probably just do that. Not the first 5. The over. Possibly keep the Tigers. We'll keep Colin Ray. Okay, and then lastly, like Jack Flaherty over 17.5 outs, like is minus 130 right now, minus 146 on FanDuel. That's like it's too late for me to lock in like for the Discord, but this dude just does it. And it's come down on DraftKings for some reason. Because I was gonna do like a little juice reducer type thing. I mean, look at that. 9 out of 10 games. And it's not even that he's like throwing, I mean, 103, 98, 99, 101, 93, 97. I mean, dude's throwing, yeah, he actually is throwing a high amount of pitches. But dude's fully stretched out. I mean, if he's at 80, 85, 90 pitches going into the 6th inning, they're probably going to let it rip. Then you go to, if you go to like bullpen usage for Detroit, they just had a doubleheader yesterday. They threw 5 arms yesterday. You know, like some of those guys might still be available, but a lot of those guys don't pitch back to back, so they're going to be kind of tired. What is the So looking at Colin Ray, they've actually used every arm in their last 3 days. So, I mean, some of these guys might not be overly, and McGill is probably not going to be in because he got hurt. So that's just another good thing to go towards Colin Ray for his outs. Yeah, it does. It was against the Rays, which is surprising because the Rays aren't that good. But yeah, it's down here, Tampa Bay. So, where are we at here? So, That's coming down a little bit, but let's see, what is it here? Still good over here, minus 120. So we like I like Colin Ray over his outs, 15.5 on DraftKings. Man, look, if you don't play the early up promo, I mean, I just feel like you're doing yourself a disservice. I mean, like, not only can you can win if your team wins, but also if they get up too, they win. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're playing, it's like a double chance type bet without having to eat the juice that you would normally have on like a double chance bet. So I feel Tigers money line isn't a bad look without doing like any extra research outside of just kind of looking, but knowing that you know, Flaherty's probably going to pitch pretty deep, and Pavetta, you know, has had his struggles. And that the Tigers, like I said, I forget what we said, but didn't the Tigers have like the first or second best or top 5 batting average versus a righty, or all in the last 7, something like that? I mean, whenever, I'm not going to go back again, but wherever we were, the Tigers were good numbers. That's what made us like it. Guardians don't play today. Yeah, no, they don't. Like I said, I liked the Royals early up with Singer before. But then if I liked runs before, then that what makes me feel good about the team total. So I mean, there you go. I mean, there's our 3 plays right there. And then honorable mention Jack Flaherty. So it's, you know, either you run Flaherty or you run the Tigers early up. I don't know if you do both or not. Shit, I might, to be completely honest, in the Discord. I don't know. But for the podcast, and then also just real quick, I got Zach Gallen pulled up here. You know, he is, let me look at him and see, mainly because of like all his, like, they might be bang. Oops. Let me see. I don't know if Alonso's going to be playing. I don't know if Francisco Lindor is going to be playing. No, all straights. So Gallen's over this in 4 straight games. I mean, it's heavily juiced to the over, minus 160. If you put that with Patrick Sandoval to not get a win at minus 450, that comes out as even money. So, I mean, I guess as I sit here, when I said the slate didn't have a lot to offer, I suppose I found some stuff. So don't the Tigers play at 7? And all the like the games are kind of spread out, kind of, because I like to kind of like take it easy. Like if I'm gonna do it in the Discord, like I'm gonna give these plays out now, take these plays now, but what's gonna be official in the Discord, I kind of like come out slowly. So anyhow, and as a reminder, if you're in here watching and you're a part of the Discord, you know, like those official plays are, you know, what counts towards official plays is what I've like, you know, I notify and I say like, you know, 1 unit, 2 units, 1.7 units, one, or not 7, that's a stupid number, 1.2 units, whatever, you know, these plays are just, you know, extra information or whatever, you know, so yeah. So here, would you take Colin Ray at 16.5? So yeah, he's 15.5 on DraftKings, 6.5 plus money. If I mentioned it earlier, you know, if you know baseball, that means he's got to get into the 6th inning regardless. So you're taking 15.5. That means he gets 1 out into the 6th inning, or 16.5 means he gets 2 outs into the 6th inning. But if you look at his numbers at home in the last all 4 home games, he's gone 18 outs. So the bet is realistically whether or not he's going to get into the sixth inning and how far he's going to go. So yes, 16.5 I feel like is probably okay, you know. So can I post the Discord link? So in the bottom of the, like in the description right here, there's the links in there. It's like a paid link, you know, official VIP type plays or whatever, which are, you know, different from this. Speaking of that, I didn't even say it. I'm on a 13-0 run in straight bets in the Discord. I hear that's good. Okay. So I don't know, guys. And then I guess you can see how my brain works. It takes me a second to like make a decision. So sometimes I even do best just like Like I do the podcast in the morning and I just walk away and I forget and I don't even pay attention to it until it's time. And it's like, okay, what had I like looked at or whatever? Because you can do a lot of tinkering. But here's just some extra information for you. So officially for the podcast, not official Discord, official Lunchtime in the Lab podcast, definitely Colin Ray over 15.5. Like it a lot. Here's what I have to say, I guess. I also like the Royals over 3.5. Depending on how you guys want to do it, you could skip the Royals if you wanted and run the early up with the Tigers or the Flaherty bet, or see if the Flaherty like changes or if the odds get better, because they've certainly come down. And then somebody mentioned that, yeah, like Zach Gallen has come down and so has Flaherty. So like, I don't know if people are betting the unders. Patrick Sandoval is a nice juice reducer to go with Zach Gallen, would get you plus 100. There's, like I said, there's a lot of ways to not win: injuries, tied, losing, doesn't go 5 innings. There's a lot of ways to not win compared to getting a win. Rodon's pitching pretty well. My only fear is that the Angels are hitting lefties pretty well. What if they do, get to them just like they did Nestor Cortez? So that's kind of like a later in the day play, I suppose. But unfortunately, the Gallen play starts at 7, and you have to know because Flaherty starts at 7 too. So anyway, let's just do. I just the reason that I pause here is because I hate to double up, but I think Flaherty's a great bet. I think Flaherty's a fantastic bet. Let's go Colin Ray over 15.5. Let's go Royals over 3.5 team total. And that line's better on FanDuel at -120. And yeah, if you can't get the 15.5 for the on DraftKings, 16.5 is fine on FanDuel. And then I think you go Tigers for the early up promo as the third official play, although I feel really good about Flaherty. I just feel weird about doubling up, and I might look into it. This is because this game's not till 7:00. I'm gonna forget about this game in terms of like what I'm gonna play in the Discord, and everything like that. I still have to make a decision on what that's gonna be, but I think Colin Ray will for sure be a Discord play as an early play. Royals, I'm playing it here for the podcast, but I don't know if I'll give it as a suggested play for the Discord. Probably see how Ray does, and then I'll come in with a decision on whether or not I'm going to do Flaherty as a straight in the Discord, or if I do is early up in the Discord. Because I didn't really overly research like the money line. I just kind of did it on here. So recap: Royals over 3.5, Tigers early up, Colin Ray 15.5 or 16.5, depending on where you can get it. George, all straights. If you were going to parlay something, parlay should only be probably at 0.25 units, right? Something like that. These would all be to win 1 unit. So 1.2 units on Colin Ray, 1 unit on the Tigers, 1.3 units on the Royals, all to win 1 unit is how I do. That's it. I don't have, let me pull on my phone real fast. I didn't even look at weather. I don't know. I thought maybe we just take a break from the home run lottos because we've been sucking. And the weather's not. There's no green games on Ballpark Pal anyway in terms of weather. So I'm cool with it. I'm skipping a home run lotto today. Some guy commented on it. He's like, have you even hit any of these? I hate when people say that. Look, it's for fun. Home run lottos are for fun. If you really are expecting or going to be upset that a home run lotto is not hitting, I think you need to probably adjust your expectations. But of course I'm sarcastic, and I was like, at least 10. And the guy's like, I'm gonna keep following you. But look, I'm not saying to put $100 on each one. You know what I'm saying? Do it responsibly, and or don't follow it. Hassan, I'm guessing is how you say that name. I'll show you. It's just under pitcher props. Man, when I saved my thing for DraftKings, it's under college football. We're getting close. College baseball starts tomorrow too. By the way, have y'all seen this? Like, it's almost like you can't even bet it. Minus 410, minus 720, minus 810, minus 720, minus 3,500. The Aggies versus Grambling. Arkansas versus, I mean, these are, the number ones are playing the number fours at this point, but how are you supposed to bet this? Unless you do like a 4-leg all minus 750 favorites, like a mega, which I mean is doable. I mean, maybe I'll do that because that's just the my style or something. But at the same time, I haven't touched Kai. I've been like, what'd you say? Double NBA? Maybe, but I normally just been doing a WNBA when we have that boost. Anytime. Look, I almost lost that WNBA builder because Ryan Howard didn't grab boards. She ended up with 4 finally, but like she didn't do anything until like the fourth quarter. I've hit 13 straight bets in a row. Well, 12, including that builder. Builders, the 2-leg safe money lines, shit like that, just have not been there. So if I'm, hitting 2 or 3, shoot, I've gone 4-0, 5-0, 3, ending of a 3-0, the third day away. So it just kind of comes down to how many plays I have out. And like, there's NBA finals today. Like, do I want to give out a WNBA play, or would I rather do like another unit on like, on an NBA play? Probably want another unit on an NBA play instead of wasting a unit on a WNBA play, which I don't really know all that well. I'm kind of just looking at the numbers and history, but I mean, it works obviously. Anyway, Hassan, if you're still here, I apologize. If you were to go into Brewers here and then go to pitcher props, same thing on your phone, go to pitcher props, and then it's under outs recorded. And FanDuel also has it now too, but it's under pitcher props. So I kind of liked this is hard because I like to have an idea of what I'm doing, but I kind of liked being able to like research while I was doing this or whatever with you guys. So kind of you changed your name. My bad for outing you, but you're welcome. What was I gonna look at? Diamondbacks, Arizona. So like Gallen's bullpen is pretty ready to go. So I don't know. I don't know about Gallen anymore. I'll have to look into it more. So, all right. Anyhow, I don't understand the movement on Flaherty. Like, initially, it was going to be Flaherty and Patrick Sandoval, but then I'm nervous about Sandoval, to be completely honest. Yeah, you did. It's all good. But man, I'm surprised that this came down. I think it shows it on here on Outlier. Let's look up him real fast. But yeah, so anyway, I'm not going to mess with home run louder today. I'm just not feeling it. I honestly just want to go like, I actually have to reach out and like call this person. I just feel like I did so much yesterday. Like between doing this, working for the Discord, and then like I have my own other adventures that I'm trying to take off, and other avenues of income on top of trying to be healthy and like run and work out. Man, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. For some reason, the line movement isn't on here. Normally, it's in the top right, and it shows. Well, I guess there hasn't been line movement. It's just been odds movement, so it's not going to actually show me that because the line hasn't changed. It's just been the odds have been moving back and forth. But I mean, like, look at that. Minus 130, 1.3 units on that. Like, that's not bad. I got some decisions to make. But all right, I'm gonna get out of here unless anybody needs anything from me. I'll give you a second to, drop a comment or whatever. Reminder / recap: Colin Ray over 15.5. If you only have FanDuel and get to 16.5, I think that's fine. Royals, what is this total? Team total over 3.5. See if they keep hitting the ball well, and then Tigers early up. Or if you had a different early up, I feel really good about Flaherty, depending on where that minus 130 is when you go to bet it. See, I've learned my lesson. I've been like I said, I'm on a 13-0 run. I've been very successful just picking and choosing my spots. So I haven't been locking in until like 20, 30 minutes before, game time. So this may be unplayable by the time I'm ready to actually bet it in the Discord. So then maybe I'll turn around and just bet the Tigers. But it all starts with Colin Ray today, which starts in about an hour. Unfortunately, I can't watch that game. So if y'all are available to do it, watch it for me. It's going to be blacked out in my area. Where I live, I can't watch anything in Ohio or Illinois or Michigan. So, because I'm in Indiana, middle of that, right? I'm blacked out for all that. So no White Sox, no Cubs, no Tigers, no Guardians, no Reds. And then obviously anytime they're playing those teams, so. All right, but I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys. We're in for a while anyway. Those are the plays today. Thanks for, I pay for MLB TV. You would think, I have a Fire Stick. I have a PS5, but doesn't have a browser. I have a PS4 that's got a browser. So yeah, I could get on like Stream East and just stream it to there. Like that's what I do sometimes. That's the only reason I still have a PS4, like plugged into the TV in the living room. But it's not worth it. My wife's home anyway. She's watching Orange is the New Black. She works from the couch, so she's not going to watch baseball a day anyway in an hour. So gets the job done. But appreciate you guys. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow.